Oh, is this the episode?
Welcome to Five Idiots Talking Toys. This is Maddie, and today we are going to look at some Star figures. First, we have Darth Vader.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Five Idiots Talking Toys. I'm Shane and we're here on a Sunday night with another topic for our podcast that comes out every week at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Help us grow this thing. Like the video and comment below. Let us know what you thought about this topic. If you had some that come to mind that you've come across in your collecting journey. We are going to talk about peg warmers. They are toys that either were created in abundance, they were either high priced, they just didn't hit with the audience, with the collectors, with the kids for some reason. They were maybe from a bad movie. Something went wrong. They made too many, they sold too few, and they are sitting on the shelves either as clearance or maybe not clearance, and they sit there forever. Charles is here. Lord Walden is behind him. And Brandon is up north. Thanks very much for joining us, fellas. Are you ready to talk about unwanted toys in the store?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Unwanted toys.
Poor toys.
What comes to your mind when you think of that first? Is there like a single figure or a line that you think of, seeing in the store for, weeks on end or months on end, or
modern Landos. Every Walmart, every Target has
Every Lando.
modern Landos are on the racks.
I think
the
on the pegs. I think
They're
the only modern Lando that I've seen is that has not been a peg warmer has been from the Han Solo movie with Chris what's his name, Glover.
I think the Lando skiffs sold okay. I don't see too many of those.
I saw a bunch of those at Ollie's last weekend.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm talking about the Bespin ones and the Generals.
Is that because no one's buying them, or because they make more of Lando than anyone else?
I wonder why.
Why would they make more of a figure that they know won't sell that much?
I don't know.
I think it's also we can go through a couple of different ideas that
he's
that
not a main character
of why a certain character or figure or toy will be a peg warmer, but I think it's also when they put a new show out and there's a character that they predict is going to be a big one and is not well received by the audience. And that can be the reason why it sits. Somebody that jumps to mind, I don't know if this toy sat, but Reva from Obi-Wan Kenobi series. She really, the audience did not seem to like that character. They were mad that she was on screen as much as she was.
I hated her and I hated little Leia.
I've seen plenty of Revas still for sale.
Yeah, so I mean, that might have been she was one of the stars of the show. I mean, that's how she was billed. That's how she received screen time. And Disney, Hasbro, whoever may have really banked on that being a big figure, that maybe girls would like to have that figure, or maybe she would just become really popular because she's kind of caught between the dark side and, blah, blah, blah.
I mean,
everybody hated her on the screen, though, it seems like.
I know that there's certain figures that, I know I'm going back here to, vintage days of the 80s and 90s, but there's certain figures that they would release like one per box.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was on purpose or if they thought that they weren't going to sell as many of them, so they would release them one per box. I don't know how many Landos came in a box, but I'm sure quite a few, which is why those are out there. I just find it funny that, Kenner or Hasbro, I don't remember who it was at the time, released these Alien, not Alien 3, the one after Alien 3. I can't think of the name of it. The one that had
Resurrection?
Alien Resurrection with
Yeah.
the famous, not Sigourney Weaver, but the other actress that was in Stranger Things, Winona
Ryder.
Okay, yeah.
So a friend of mine bought a box of Alien Resurrection figures, a case. He opened the case, and I was looking through the case, fresh case, and I'm looking through the figures, and there's no Winona. There's only one Ripley, a couple other characters, a bunch of aliens, and just one Ripley figure. So the main character they only have one of per box. So to me, it's just like, well, obviously she's going to sell more because there's only one per box. And some of these other figures, I don't know why they did that,
I never understood why they packed boxes like that in the first place, unless they were going to put that one character in there twice because they knew that it would be a popular figure. Now, I mean, the toy companies just want to sell toys. They don't care if one's going to become an expensive collectible. I mean, now they're starting to care with some of the higher end toys like Hot Toys and Sideshow and things like that. But of course, those companies care. But if you're going to put 8 figures in the wave and there's going to be 7 characters and 1 doubled, I mean, the doubled character should be Boba Fett. The doubled character should be, a really cool droid or Mandalorian, or you get what I'm saying.
Or Han Solo or Luke Skywalker,
To put the double character as the yellow loading droid from Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's doesn't even talk. Like it's dumb.
They can fix this though by future cases. Instead of putting like 19 Landos in the box, just put 1. That's it.
Yeah, but
see
what happens is
jumping like fighting for the Landos then.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. You create a chase.
Yeah.
You create a chase figure by doing that, by short packing.
So if you can't, now you can't get Lando from that series, you'll grab the Lando right off the rack, from another series because you just want to get Lando.
So John, like Black Manta, how many per case?
The Series 3, Wave 3 of the Superpowers collection, there was 1 in a case. But they weren't distributed as much because the first 2 waves, Walmart still has the first 2 waves hanging on the shelf.
Yeah.
Except for Superman, you can't find those guys anywhere. But when the 3rd wave came out, I think they were like, maybe we ought to pump the brakes a little bit. So they didn't make as many figures for that, for that 3rd wave to distribute. But so it was even shorter packed than like anything could have been in the first wave or 2, But there was only 1 per case. And I know that my Walmart had that wave at one point, but that's the only Walmart that I went to that I saw, like the Detective Batman is in that wave and Aquaman. I saw them one time, but no Black Manta because somebody had already snagged it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So they got like 1 case.
Well, just going back to, again, some theories or reasons why this might happen is I found a Reddit thread where it was specifically the topic was, what makes a peg warmer? How does this happen? This is particularly about the Black Series, but it's, general question. An overabundance of that character and then the pricing that goes along with it. Black Series now I think is up to $23.95, maybe $24.95. That's expensive for a single figure. I understand they're nice sculpts and they're well made, but I mean, are you rushing to pay $25 for some of these ancillary characters?
I'll tell you what, it's like the Marvel Legends when was it Black Panther 2, the second Black Panther movie came out, and Marvel Legends came out with a whole series that had a Build-A-Figure and everything. They're still sitting on the shelf.
Here's the sad part: 50 to like 75%, no one's even opening them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're buying them and they're just storing them.
Mm-hmm.
But like little kids are not like playing.
Right.
And you know what they're doing to encourage opening now is like the DC. Oh gosh, what is that? McFarlane's DC collection. I can't remember what the name of it is right off the top of my head, but that and Marvel Legends of, I guess about 5-6 years ago they started doing Build-A-Figures, and that encourages people to open.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, over the years, Hasbro has gotten a fair amount of criticism from the fans about how they pack the waves, and we just talked about that a little bit with there typically being one that's doubled in the box, but. There's collectors that will buy a whole wave. They'll buy a box. They'll want to get them in collector quality.
Mm-hmm.
But the stores are receiving them the same way. They're receiving those same wave boxes with the purple Hasbro stripe on it or whatever, and they're putting them on the pegs out of those. They're not getting a whole box of Landos. They're getting boxes of waves typically, I believe. So, you think Hasbro would know how to double that one character by now. But I also don't understand, why is there one doubled character that's consistent? Why not just have 6 figures in a wave if there's only 6 characters? Why not have 8 if there's going to be 8 in a box? Like, why would you make it so there's only 7 characters when you know that there's going to be 8 going in the box? I don't understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're doubling. It's not just like, oh, there's just one extra figure. You're doubling the output of Lando compared to all the other characters. They're getting 1 per box, and Lando's getting 2. Of course there's going to be extras sitting around because they're putting out, dozens of boxes of them, and there's too many of one. Going back to vintage, what do you guys remember? Go ahead, Charles, sorry.
Where do they go, though? So these things are warming the pegs, and then, where do they go? Five Below? You go to
I think they eventually get scooped up to go to a retailer like Ross, Marshalls, or whatever, or they'll be put on clearance, or they'll be stolen.
TJ Maxx,
I'm serious.
Marshalls.
Who would steal a figure on clearance
that nobody wants?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? If someone's like, yeah, it's on clearance, let me just grab it anyway. I don't know.
We were theorizing about this in a Wins and Whiffs either recently or maybe it didn't come out yet. You know how our show goes, but we were theorizing. Where do those discount retailers get the figures from? I think they're getting them from other retailers. I don't think Hasbro is regularly selling those figures for cheap to TJ
Maybe some
Maxx.
of our viewers know the deal there. I don't know. I'd like to know that as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they are. Maybe they find, hey, we've got a warehouse loaded with Lando Calrissians. Get rid of them.
So the local store that I go to, toy shop that I go to, they actually open a bunch of the Black Series figures, and they will sell them as loose because a lot of people don't want to open a figure. They feel bad for opening it.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him this. I was like,
interesting.
I asked the guy, I sat him, he was sitting there opening up Black Series for like an hour, all the Landos, all the common figures. I'm like, why are you opening them all up? He's like, because some people feel bad about opening a figure and they'd rather not open it, so they'll just buy it loose for the same cost that it costs in the box. So he just opens them up and puts them in baggies and sells them that way. And people buy them.
It sounds really dumb, but it's a good It's a good sales tactic by him. I know what you mean.
People buy them up.
And I'll tell you right now, I don't envy that guy because one time when I was selling my collection, there was somebody that bought a lot from me, like a big Home Depot moving box full of them. And he goes, you know how the shipping is on those things. They're heavier figures. They're all over 16 ounces pretty much once you put some bubble wrap around them. He says to me, if I buy these from you, can you ship them loose so I don't have to have such a big box? Because he literally bought like 30 or 40 figures. And I was like, yeah, sure. Not. And I had to that point, I had never opened a Black Series figure. I think I bought Rey and Kylo Ren back originally for my daughter, and we opened those together. That was the only time I'd ever opened them. So I'm like, yeah, sure. When I tell you I had to sit here on the floor in my office,
Oh, it's horrible.
it took me over 2 hours to open these figures. You gotta, you cut them open. You gotta pull the whole plastic tray out, and all the accessories are woven in the plastic of the tray.
Yeah, they're all taped in there. You
They're
gotta
all
pop them
taped in.
out.
I was in misery, and of course, then I was wrapping them up really nice with bubble wrap. I'm like, why did I agree to this? All I had to do was toss them in a box, and now I'm doing all this extra work. I'm like, of course, you'd buy those figures 1 or 2 at a time, and it's not a big deal to open 1 or 2 at a time and display them. But if that guy is doing that to sell $5, $8 Black Series figures, I don't envy him. It's misery.
Well, then you open all of them and you send it to him, and he's like, "Yeah, they weren't really as described. You're screwed."
Yeah.
Well, I did. The guy was nice. I chatted with him and I said, "Listen, these are all mint in box. Like, the boxes even are really nice. Like, tape is all sealed." And he's like, "Yeah, but I want to display them, and I don't want to pay, $100 to ship them." I'm like, "All right." Yeah, I just wanted to sell them, and I was like, "Oh, what did I sign up for?" Going back to vintage, guys.
Yeah.
What do you remember? I know Charles remembers a lot from when he was 3 and 4, but. What do you remember? Like, obviously, so you could just guess some of the characters from the Kenner line. What do you imagine were the peg warmers then?
So I looked right in between our break when John, he needed a 5-minute break in between filming. So when I looked, it was a huge peg warmer was the Power of the Force C-3PO. I don't remember it myself, but when I looked online, that was one of the top ones. And then
really?
The one with the coin?
the KB 2-packs, were 5+ years sitting on shelves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. I wish I knew the true story behind those 2-packs. Because, some people will just go, oh, the KB packed those, did they really, though? Like, were they really
did.
packing them in the store? Or were they, done in some intermediary step and then just kind of shipped out to KB?
I don't know if they were packed in the store. That sounds
They're
terrible.
not packed. I don't think they were packed in the store. Probably packed in
Hong Kong?
maybe a distribution center or something like that.
Well, were they really ripping open mocks and throwing them
they
into
were
a
ripping
new
up
mock?
mocks. I think they were overstock.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
buckets of figures.
Yeah.
Because most of them don't even have the accessories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the superpowers, I remember Flash from the Superpowers collection back in the day. That was a peg warmer.
We're talking about vintage Star Wars, John.
He said vintage. He didn't say vintage Star Wars. As a
I
matter of
def-
fact, he said vintage Kenner, and Superpowers was Kenner. Thank you very much.
You know when John's serious? Because he moves within 1 millimeter of his microphone.
He moves closer than a hair on a peach.
Isn't this called Five Idiots Talking Toys, or is it Five Idiots Talking Star Wars Toys?
Well, it's
Oh, boy.
it's 4 idiots right now, not 5.
yeah.
So
Charles, you and I
Chris is
should bow out
pre-confessing.
and just let them go at it now.
Yeah.
Chris is pre-confessing.
I don't have enough energy to keep going.
Brandon is malnourished right now, just like me.
Keeps up.
We're vitamin deficient. We're starving.
Haven't had dinner yet. Okay.
No.
Well, if you talk about vintage Star Wars, all of them were peg warmers at the end,
Yeah, that's true.
right? Droids, Ewoks,
Yeah.
Power of the Force, they were all just in bins for 50 cents a piece.
Well, I'll tell
I remember that.
my story. Well, if you remember that, you should have bought them all.
I know. What do you think?
My
that's the
story
thing.
was seeing 50-cent Yodas hanging
Yeah.
on the pegs at Lionel Playworld. So
Yeah.
that was the thing where overabundance of figures. Also, the movie line had already ran through its course,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no, just like the mini rigs, like they had a bunch of more mini rigs that were supposed to come out, but Kenner decided against it because that was it for the movies, right?
Mhm.
Not until the 90s when Star Wars was resurrected again did these toys pick back up, and you know, that's when the new Power of the Force 2 line came out and all that. So
So
Yeah.
there's
but the end of the
a new
movie line, what's
of
that?
toys.
Do what?
There's a new line of toys. Shane.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say
It's like
I
volleyball.
just going.
I'm like throwing it up, and Shane is
I'm
watching
like,
it
what?
go to the floor. I'm like, Shane, spike it.
You're supposed to spike it.
You thought he was gonna like reveal and say something, right?
Hold on, let's rewind here. The whole idea for this episode came due to Tales of the Jedi that we now see in stores. Charles knows all about it because he buys all the Lego sets, which are on clearance right now.
Oh, super cheap.
But so the idea behind the episode is that, you know, peg warming, yes, but now we have this new toy line that Tales of the Jedi, this new series that is, you know, cartoon only and is aimed for small children. They also have a few play sets out, a couple vehicles, a bunch of figures. Now, will that go the way of the peg warmer, and also
The way of droids and Ewoks.
will it be worth something in the future? You know,
Yeah. Because Droids and Ewoks was based on a kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
those are the most coveted toys right now.
Now, so I've seen the play set, right? And it's in every store, and I think it's like $80 or $60 or
It's on
something.
All right.
clearance.
Well,
right
I'm
now.
gonna
It's
I'm gonna
like
throw up
35.
the screen that I have. Let's see what we have here. Just
see,
you know,
those
just
are
on
Young
Target.
Jedi.
Young
Young
Jedi
Jedi,
Adventures.
gotcha. Now these aren't regular figures. I mean, these are like,
So the nubs probably sells. That's why it's $28.
yeah.
Everybody wants nubs.
Because he's an Ewok.
Yeah. So I guess they don't
They
have
just
the
want 'em.
play set here, but
So these look like newer vehicles. I've never seen those before. That little
Yeah.
spaceship. The
Yeah.
speeder bike. I've seen the speeder bike and stuff, but these are kind of like bigger figures meant for little kids, you know, so they don't put the little pieces in their mouth. But
I'm on the side of I don't know about these, but I'm going to make the assumption the Lego sets will be worth money at some point because nobody wants them.
yeah,
No one's
because
buying
the minifigures, they'll only release those minifigures there, and
Yeah,
then they won't
that's
be
it.
available, and then
They'll
they'll be
never
worth
come
something.
out ever again.
Now,
Oh,
see,
yeah,
like
they-
these kind of things, I don't foresee these things again. I'm talking more about like the play. See, the thing I struggle with is the play set, because I know that there's very few play sets at these stores, right? You're talking through max I've seen is like 4 in one store.
There's the playset, yeah.
Wow, look at that, $20.
$20.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
on clearance. It's
I'm just
all-
wondering, like, hey, in a few years, is this going to be worth something? Because, you know, there's very few of them at the stores, and
Sometimes they are because nobody wants them, so no one
Yeah.
buys them.
Yeah.
You know, no one's saving these things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
These are
and
large.
what makes the speculator speculate about things like this? Is it the obscurity of it? Is it the scarcity of it? Or
The only thing is that like 15, 20 years from now, this show won't be out again. So
yeah.
who's gonna really want it?
So exactly, because
same could be said about the droid stuff that too.
Yeah, but step away from Star Wars for a second and look at some of the other toy lines that were released that nobody cares about right now. That had play sets, you know.
Look at
And the
nubs.
playsets are
It's still
insane.
$28. It's more than the playset. Everybody wants nubs.
You can get nubs for $13. The 4-pack.
yeah, I just saw that. It's just right here. You can get the.
You can get nubs in the 4-pack.
I guess it's a different one, but
A different
Yeah.
nub. That's the nub with a helmet.
now that
Now the vehicle, the Crimson Firehawk,
I've seen it for sale for like $12.
really,
that's
Yeah.
actually a pretty cool vehicle. My son has that one.
Yeah.
The Lego set is $50,
Yeah.
and it's already down to like 30.
Well, like Clone Wars figures, I had no idea. You know, I bought a lot from locally from this guy that came into the shop, and he wanted to sell his modern Star Wars stuff. I was like, I don't know anything about modern Star Wars, really, to be honest with you. And I threw out a number. He's like, okay. And I started looking up the value of these, and I was like, holy crap. I mean, there were some figures that were $200 or $300.
So
Oh wow.
I was at the flea market with a friend of mine, and we're looking for stuff, and there was a clone trooper in a box. I didn't think anything of it. I took it out, I looked at it, asked the guy how much, $1. I was like, threw it back. Don't care about clone troopers.
Mm.
Buddy, he picks it up. He's like, I'll buy it for $1. He just looks it up right when we're walking away on eBay. 20-something bucks for that figure. I was like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, some of these clone troopers are worth a lot of money.
People love
All
clone
clone
troopers.
Yeah.
You,
So now
you
I buy
every
clone
clone
troopers.
trooper for $1.
Anything clone trooper.
Yeah.
Got to think of the other generations. Maybe other generations will like this stuff and, buy nubs. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if I can find any other.
It's got to be one of those. It's got to be one of those deals where it's like, 15 years from now, some kid goes, "Hey, do you remember that show, Young Jedi Adventures?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have toys about that? That'd be kind of cool if they had toys. Oh, they did have toys about those, and then that's
Mm-hmm.
I
kind of
don't
what
even
sparks
know-
this whole thing.
How it is? Like, is it like receptive or?
I've never heard of it.
My kids love the show. It's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. It's
no idea.
like
I don't have
It's a
Disney
kiddie
Plus.
show.
it's a kiddie show. It's the next wave of Padawans. They're learning from Master Yoda, and I've never I couldn't even tell you who's who because I'm always like in the other room. I can kind of hear it going on. I mean, I'll be in the kitchen and they're in the other room, so I don't know the characters. But yeah, they like it. I put it on for my daughter one day. She was homesick or something, and I was like, hey, check this out. And my daughter's 9. She's not, a 4-year-old anymore. But she liked it. She watched a handful of episodes, and then she got my son into it.
So where does this fall on the timeline?
I don't know.
After
I think Yoda's like not
Before episode 3.
so super old. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm
Yeah, you see all them? They're all dead. They died in episode 3.
Order 66. Let's see if they have any of that clearance stuff on here. Do they have? So they got the play set for $40. How much was Target?
20.
20.
Oof.
Yeah, and all that stuff too is like it's relative to where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. Because they're way cheap. Like I
I don't
almost
have any.
considered
None of that stuff's
buying.
on clearance over here. The Lego stuff is. I
Yeah,
sent Charles
I think
a picture.
the whole
$19, I think. The normally 40, so half off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what started this whole thing was I was tempted to buy all of this Young Jedi stuff because I was like, is this going to be the next, I think I messaged the group and I said, is this going to be the next droids / Ewoks?
Yeah, I mean these are really geared towards younger
Yeah.
kids. I mean
These
geared
are like
towards like 3 to
These-
8-year-olds.
These are like the Fisher Price Ewoks that came out. Remember those sets?
yeah.
And look at those.
You don't see. The thing is that these figures, you can't. These figures aren't like the droids or Ewoks. They're different scale.
Yeah.
They're just different figures. They're not interchangeable with old vehicles. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're bigger and bulkier and like the Ewoks from Fisher Price. Like they're meant for smaller kids. So there's people that collect the Fisher Price stuff, but like I never thought of adding that to my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is definitely, dependent on, like you said, the area you're in. If your Walmart has more than another Walmart and they just want to clear them out. Because I'm not seeing any amazing prices online. These are deals you're going to have to find brick and mortar walking through the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that playset. I mean, that playset on Target here. I mean, $20.
Yeah, that's a
It's
good
double
deal.
the price on. Now
Shane's
they're saying
really
regular.
thinking of buying it.
They're saying regular price is $41, but meanwhile on Walmart, bunch of crooks. Their sale price is $40, and they're saying the regular price is $56. Yeah,
I think it's a $60 set. I don't know what Target's.
Well,
thinking.
also on Walmart.com, they do a lot of. You got to figure out who's selling it. Sold by PCI.
Sold by PCI.
LLC.
Yeah, it's not Walmart.
Yeah. That's not
okay.
Walmart.
Okay. Pro seller.
Yeah, they have a lot of third-party sellers on there.
Yeah, it's like Amazon.
Fulfilled by Here, compare all sellers. Got Amazon on here.
Young Jedi is $20.49 for me too.
Yeah.
Free shipping, $35.
Only 4 left in that store. That store's not even near me. That store's like over 45 minutes away, and almost an hour away. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't pick up your location.
They're almost sold out at every single store.
Here, shop Star Wars. What else we got?
There's only a few of them.
Oh, is this the?
I'm about to pick up a couple of these things.
Is this thing out?
I don't know. That's what I was. That's.
I thought this was a pre-order. No, this is already out.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch it in a movie theater?
No.
Yeah, I did.
It's still there.
My neighbor wants me to go again on Thursday, but I don't think I can do it.
I might go again too.
Yeah,
It was
I
awesome.
watched.
I'm gonna try to go again during the week here. Well, it's already Monday, and I don't know why they don't leave this thing in the theater for more than a week.
Yeah.
There has to be something with like the rights or.
Have you guys found
still
Blue
in the-
Milk?
It's still in
I
the
don't
theater
know.
this week.
I even went to the website just out of curiosity because there's a website that tells you where they carry it. There's not a store anywhere near me that has it.
What website is that?
AMC?
I don't know. Just Google it.
Mine's running. Mine's running through Sunday. At
No,
AMC.
the blue milk. The blue milk.
Oh, that.
There, like if you
Oh, yeah,
Google
20
the blue milk, there's the company that makes it. You can look it up.
$20.49 as well here. So in California, where everything's expensive, and the 4-pack is $13.
We have the blue milk at what's it called? I can't think of a place.
Piggly Wiggly.
No.
Can you send me some? What's the name of it? What's the brand of it?
I don't know.
True. TROOMOO.
When we talked about it in my house, my wife was like, "So you're gonna buy milk with blue food coloring in it?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's also vanilla flavored." She's like,
Barf.
"So?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just telling you it
Vanilla
exists."
flavored milk. Blech. No, thank you.
Well, John, have you ever heard of a vanilla milkshake?
Yeah, but it's a milk. It's ice cream, not milk.
Same thing.
He's like, vanilla? Ugh.
Vanilla flavored milk. Barf.
All right. Have we run out of things to say here about
Yes.
this topic? I think.
Correct.
I think we've wrapped that up pretty tightly.
I
We've won
feel
the
like
race.
I remember 9-nub from the original line, like just being too many of those. I'm sure Lobot at some point,
Lobot was,
back
yeah.
in like.
Garbage.
You know what it is? It's also there were also more peg warmers of things like Hammerhead, because by the time you got to Return of the Jedi, everybody already had that figure who wanted
Right.
it, and now
Yeah.
it's been released on 3 separate card backs over the course of 5 years of this thing on the shelves. You know, and by 1984, no one was buying Hammerhead.
No.
You know, so like you said, they were all peg warmers at one point, but that's also a factor. You know, some of those Return of the Jedi figures were released, just in '83, but some of them were 5 years old already. I mean, how many more people needed to buy a Greedo, or Snaggletooth? I mean, there's probably a ton of them sitting around at that point.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, the frustrating thing for me, the last thing I'll say is when I was collecting modern, the peg warmers, and this was going around in the groups, there was a sense that the peg warmers that were in the stores were holding up the store from putting new inventory out. And if the Star Wars pegs, which we know at some points there were very few of those, like it got it to be a smaller and smaller section at certain points when there was no movie out. If there was a dozen Landos there and 14 Rays and something else that nobody wanted, it was like, how many months in a row are you going to visit the toy aisle and see that that's the Star Wars section? They're not going to put anything else out. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but stores would stop maybe ordering if they had stuff they needed to sell.
Yeah, I think it definitely affected the modern superpower stuff because they're on wave 7, and Walmart still has wave 2.
I can't even find this blue milk anywhere.
So anyway,
correct. The blue
peg
milk
warmers
is rare.
It's a lot more rare than Lando.
Correct. Blue milk is not a peg warmer. All right, that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks very much for tuning in to another Sunday night of 5 Idiots Talking Toys. Please check out our channel. We've got a few different playlists of lots of episodes in the past. You can run through those as you have time. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon. You'll be notified of new episodes that we put out throughout the week. And you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/5idiotstalkingtoys for more content and previews of everything that we do. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on 5 Idiots. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lando.
Oh, he's still here.
Well, what do we have here?